Hey guys, Shadow VA here again. Just want to try something new this week. I've had a lot of people ask me what kind of anime I have, and for my backdrop for most of my videos, what kind of manga I have. So I thought I would just do this video, just showing you guys what anime and manga I have and how I feel about them and shit. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, first off, we have, of course, my favorite anime, Ouran High School Host Club, and this copy is actually signed by Vic Mignogna. Voice of Tamaki, yeah. Great guy, fun to talk to, and favorite anime of all time. I feel like I should actually make a video on, like, favorite anime and shit. And next we have, oh, my Cowboy Bebop DVD. Actually, this is actually a rare collection because the company who used to license Cowboy Bebop, Bandai Entertainment, as you may or may not know, went out of like syndication and license, and like the studio like shut down, I think, or something like that. So whatever Bandai Entertainment licensed out, these types of stuff are really rare to find. And I mean, you can find a Cowboy Bebop Blu-ray like super easy because of Funimation, but like these specifically are like pretty rare. And we have the two parts of the third season of Sailor Moon, the Viz Media dub. I did always think about having the entire collection, but that is a lot of money, and like I just really love the third season the most for obvious reasons. But I decided to get these just to have it. But I love. Yeah, everyone knows I love Sailor Moon. And I love the Viz Media dub of Sailor Moon. Everyone knows that. I think it's far superior than the Deke Entertainment and Cloverway dub. There's just no better way to say that. Okay, let's see what else we got here. No, we got my Blood Blockade Battlefront anime DVD. The more and more I start to realize this anime is very underrated. Not that many people talk about it, and I think it's fucking phenomenal, you know? It has some of the best characters in animation I've ever seen in an anime, so I highly recommend people to pick it up. I'm actually planning on buying season 2 when it comes out. I'm excited for that. And we got Baccano, another one of my favorite animes. You know, funny story about this. I actually didn't have the DVD until like a year or so ago when Funimation was losing the right license for Baccano, and I knew freaking Aniplex was gonna, when they got it back, they were gonna make it for like a higher price. If you saw the new sale prices for the new Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood prices, you know what I'm talking about. So I just decided to get the Baccano right away so I could get a good cheap $20 to $25 copy of this before Aniplex did their bloody, I don't know, like $85 thing. But yeah, great anime. Needs a season 2. I need my season 2 of Baccano. Okay, next up is full season of Space Dandy. Love me some Space Dandy. Very high energy show. Same dude to make Cowboy Bebop and shit. And yeah, it's another one of my favorites, and I got both right here. Now this is an interesting one. The spin-off of Code Geass Akito the Excelled. Honestly, it's a guilty pleasure. It's a big guilty pleasure of mine. I do enjoy it more than the original Code Geass series. Not saying it's better, but just that I enjoy it more. You know, I like the characters and shit more, and the story, and the animation is like really good in this. But I can't really say that the spin-off is really anything that great, but it definitely is a guilty pleasure of mine. And we have my favorite anime movie, Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. I believe I've gone more in depth about why I like the movie, or maybe I should make like a individual episode. But I freaking love this movie, and this is again another rare Bandai Entertainment copy of the thing. Again, Funimation has released newer versions of this, but this one specifically is pretty rare to find, and I love this movie, and yeah, I think I should make a video on this one. Ah, yes, the ever-popular Your Name. Everyone knows this movie, everyone loves this movie, because it's an A-plus movie. I mean, there's not really much to say about it than anyone else, but yeah, as soon as the Blu-ray and DVD of this went up on sale, I just immediately got it, because it's just a movie that I have to have. There's just no way around it. And next up is the third Bleach movie, Fade to Black. Out of the 4 Bleach movies, 2 are good. One is and one is pretty bad, and this is one of my favorite because it revolves around my favorite character Rukia. Has a lot of good character fan service moments, and debates on whether or not it's really a good movie, but I really like it. And another one of my favorites, Girl Who Leapt Through Time. And again, another Bandai Entertainment, very rare to find copy. Again, Funimation always bringing these shows and movies back from the dead of turns of licenses, but so you can find a more cheaper copy here. But yeah, I love this movie. I really love this cover too. Yeah, this cover is pretty good. And yeah, I should have while you watch this movie. And we got my favorite Dragon Ball Z movie, Battle of Gods. Yeah, I was never into Dragon Ball the same way everyone else is. I got into it with the Team 4-Star Bridge show. But since then I have seen all of the anime through Kai, and I have seen all the movies. And this one is honestly the best. It has the best animation, villains, and character development, especially for Goku. So even if you're not the biggest fan of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z or anything, I do recommend this movie, because this movie is a good gateway to get people to watch the show, or Super, for example. Now we got one of the Ghibli films, my personal favorite non-Miyazaki Studio Ghibli movie, when Marnie was there. I remember I saw this movie with my best friend when it came out, and just fucking bawled my eyes out when I saw this. And every single time I watch it, I continue to bawl my eyes out. It's a very underrated Studio Ghibli movie. Their last, actually, at least for now. And I wish more people would watch it. And now we get into some old DVDs I've had for a long time. My first one being my old copy of Howl's Moving Castle, my favorite Studio Ghibli movie. If you saw my Studio Ghibli list video, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this one is my favorite. I love Sophie. I love Hal. I love them all. But everyone's favorite Studio Ghibli movie is obviously, and for good reason, Spirited Away. I also have this very old copy from very long ago, and yeah, there's not much that I can say about it that anyone else hasn't said already. It's honestly one of the best animated movies of all time. Even though I believe Princess Mononoke to be Miyazaki's most critically best movie, this is his most popular movie, and is most people's gateway into anime, at least from my generation. Alright, now we get to some more obscure stuff. So, this is the Bleach anime, Volume 9 and Volume 12. So I had a friend who was moving out of her parents' house, and she was just getting rid of a lot of random stuff, and she had these two DVDs. Now I'm a fan of Bleach. Now whether or not the anime is any good is up for debate, but I love this. And these two DVDs actually have episodes from really good parts of the anime, the Kenpachi fight and the Aizen reveal. So I just decided to take them. I haven't really watched the episodes in here yet since I've already seen the anime, but maybe I'll get them another shot. And lastly, over here is the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood OVA collection. I love these OVAs, and after I saw the anime, I needed something Brotherhood related, but at the time the DVD collections for the actual show was really expensive, and now it's really expensive. Thank you, Aniplex. But yeah, if you've ever seen the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood show, I highly recommend the OVA collection, and it has some cute little bonus mini episodes of little vignettes, and those are pretty good too. Oh, and I also have what is probably my most prized possession, my Studio Ghibli Hayao Miyazaki collection. It contains all of his movies from Nausicaa to the Valley of the Wind all the way to The Wind Rises. It has every single one in sweet, beautiful Blu-ray. So I believe that's like a good third of all the Studio Ghibli films. So maybe I'll go collect them all one day, but for now it's good at least to have the complete collection of Miyazaki's pieces. So that's all of my anime, movies, and TV shows. On to the manga. And now it's some manga collection time. I have a lot of people in my comments that ask me why my bookshelves and manga that I have seem to like reverse and then go ahead and reverse. It's because honestly I record videos and release them out of order. So some could be more current than others. Some could be in the past just because I decided to release it now. But if you ever want to know what my updated manga collection looks like, I always record and then upload my Seasonal Gay Anime Spotlight and Why It Didn't Work videos around the same time. Like, I'll finish recording and editing it, and then I'll release it a week later. So pay attention to those for, like, an always current stash of my manga. So let's take a look at what I've got over here. So first off is, and I won't be showing you all the volumes, just like the first volume each series series I got, but first is a very old manga. There's a lot of scrapes and scratches on this, is the Tokyo Pop run for the Kingdom Hearts manga. You know, I actually got into Kingdom Hearts first through the manga, not really the games or anything, but through the manga. I picked it up at a middle school book fair, and I freaking fell in love with it. And as I mentioned, this copy is very rare because Tokyo Pop ran out of business. Or I think they're back, but they're not doing the same thing. But anyway, so this is a very rare copy of Kingdom Hearts, especially because Yen Press has released new versions of it, and I didn't get those because I already had these versions. So it's a pretty rare copy, and I really love this series, and it's what's got me into Kingdom Hearts. And the next part of it, another Tokyo Pop, is the Chain of Memories, which, you know, basically covers the Chain of Memories game. And then there's, until they went out of business, 2 volumes of Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, interesting story about this copy. I got this, again, at a middle school book fair, and this one's kind of defective a little bit, because it repeats a chapter, and then the chapter it replaces doesn't exist. For so long, until I played the game, I didn't know the full story of the Roxas little arc in the beginning of the game, because it freaking repeats, and I never got a new copy. It's just this one. So yeah, as I mentioned, after Volume 2, Tokyo Pop, they just stopped. So I never had Volume 3 or anything. That is until Yen Press re-released all the Kingdom Hearts manga, and now I've got the full collection and the first volume in this 3 set that does not have a defective copy. So thank you, Yen Press, thank you very much. And to finish off my Kingdom Hearts manga collection, we have 358 Days Over 2. Now I'm going to say something. I think this manga is actually better than the game. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the games. I love all the games. But there's just some things that they do in this manga, the writer, Shiro Amano, I hope I'm saying that name right, that just does stuff with the characters that I really like, that I wish that they would have done in the game, but they never did. So, I really recommend the manga, you know. Like, if you even hadn't played during the 50 Days Over 2, read the manga. It's a really good read. Alright, next up we got my Durarara light novels. Now, this author, who I'm not even going to try to pronounce because I'm going to botch it, he's a really good writer. Like, his shit's amazing. I have another, I have another collection of his, which I'll get to, but I saw the anime, and there are lots of problems with it, but I freaking love it. So after I saw the anime, I wanted to read the light novels because his writing is so good. And I have up to 10 volumes, and there's 3 more of the first run. It's basically the Ketsu season of Durarara X2 that they have to release yet in America, and maybe after that they'll do that Durarara SH thing. Maybe I'll get that. Alright, second level is the Haruhi Suzumiya light novels. Now, I actually went back and watched the first 6 episodes of Haruhi Suzumiya, that first arc, and it doesn't really hold up. Everyone knows how much I freaking love the movie. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time, but that show just doesn't hold up. But after I saw the movie, I fell in love with the series, and I bought all the light novels to not only read the beginnings, but to see what happens afterwards. And I do think that the story and the characters really get better after the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, the 4th book. I think after then is really when I start to like the show. And if they did do like a 3rd season of the original show, I think I would like it much better than the first 2 seasons, because man, they don't hold up. Oh god, they really don't hold up. Now, if you were to ask my my high school self what anime character I was obsessed with, It'd be Yuki Nagato. I freaking loved her. And after I saw the movie and I learned that there was a spin-off of that centered around my main ship of Kion and Yuki, I had to have it. So I picked this. This is like, when did this come out? This came out all the way back in 2012. Wow, that's so long ago. But yeah, I have all 10 volumes that goes to the end. And this one was as recent as 2017, so good 5-year run. Alright. Now, next I have is the first volume of the Haruhi Suzumiya manga. Now, the reason I have this is because my sister got me this at Anime Boston, and the reason she got me this is because it's actually signed by Wendy Lee, the English voice actress for Haruhi. So, that's pretty good. And I've read the first volume of the manga, and, you know, it's okay. I think it lacks the good writing of the light novels, and it doesn't have, like, the brilliant voice acting of the anime in both sub and dub. Alright, next we have some Madoka Magica mangas. Now, the cool thing about Madoka Magica is that after a certain event in the show, which I won't spoil for those who haven't seen it, it provides for infinite amount of spin-offs that can be said and could all be considered canon, because if you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. But this is one of the first Madoka Magica spin-off mangas, and I have the first volume because I got it from a friend at Christmas. And having read the other volumes when I was at a bookstore, it's a pretty good story. I think this is one of the better spin-off ones because most of them are pretty okay, but this is really a good one, focusing on the relationship between Mami and Kyoko, which was hinted at in the manga but never really that well explained. But my favorite of the manga spin-offs is the Joan of Arc manga. Now, if you know me, I freaking love the historical figure of Joan of Arc. I freaking love her. Anything that she's in, I just eat it up. And in anime and manga, it's this and Hetalia. And I just love the character. And after reading the full 5-volume run, it's pretty decent. I think it's really good. And I could totally see there being a 12-episode anime adaptation. That would be totally cool. Alright, next is the Your Name, Another Side, Earthbound light novel spin-off story. It's not that good. There's some decent parts in this, but it's really not good. I only picked it up because of how obsessed I am with Your Name. And there's some good things in here. It's really just, hey, let's write this so more money. That's the anime way. It's decent. If you're a fan, pick it up. If you just thought that the movie was okay, yeah. Alright, next up is a really interesting book. It's a Studio Ghibli book, the films of Hayao Miyazaki and Isao Takahata, if I'm pronouncing that name right. Rest in peace, or don't rest in peace because of the allegations that have been coming out against you, but whatever. So this book basically confirms analysis and discussions about all the films from Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind, up to Ponyo, I think. I think this came out in 2010 when Ponyo came out. But it's a really good analysis and insight of all the movies. And, yeah, it's fun to read about your favorite movies and how, you know, it was made and shit, and I highly recommend it, especially if you're a fan of Studio Ghibli as I am. Now, next we have, as I mentioned before, from the same guy who made Durarara, his first work, Baccano. When Baccano came out, these light novels started to come out here in America, I got super excited, because ever since I saw the original anime, I've always wanted to know what happens afterwards. There's stuff hinted at, and I want to know. And this light novel series covers it, starting with book 5. The first 4 books cover the full season of the anime, and from all the post-anime stuff, it's really freaking great. This dude is a really good writer, and the stories he creates is amazing. I need a second season of Baccano. So many moments in the, especially in the 6th and 7th volume, I just need to see animated. Sorry if my voice is crass, I'm talking a lot. Now, as many as you know, my favorite anime, I would say that my favorite manga is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, probably, if you had to, like, twist my arm and say. Now, I don't have that. I've been meaning to get it for a while. It's just a lot of volumes. But one of my favorite manga is Ouran High School Host Club. After I saw the anime, got the manga to read what happens afterwards, and it's one of the best romance shoujo beat manga that you'll ever read. I cannot highly more recommend the anime and the manga. Hell, I even watched that live action show that it had. That was pretty decent. A little weird, but pretty decent. Alright, now I want to save these for last, so if we go down here, we have some random anime. I have volumes 2, 3, and 4 of the Bleach manga, because a friend was graduating from college, and she was getting rid of a bunch of random manga she had. I saw these, and I'm like, I love Bleach. Yeah, let me just pick these up. And I have them. And other stuff that she had was volume 9 and 10 of Hellsing, and if any of you know, I love the Hellsing Ultimate OVA series, which is a direct adaptation of these mangas, unlike the original Hellsing anime. And yeah, if you like dark, really dark shit and over-the-top violence and shit, I highly recommend both the manga and the anime. And the other things I grabbed from her was the first Soul Eater volume manga, another anime and manga that not that many people talk about anymore. I think the fan culture and hype for that anime and manga has really died down. I really love it. It's one of the first anime I saw, so I have a deep fondness for it, and I would love to see like a new anime adaptation like they did for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood when the manga ended, and I would totally see Soul Eater because I do love it. And lastly, of the manga that I got from my friend who graduated from college is the Gurren Lagann manga. The first volume covers like the first 3 episodes of the anime. You know, it's a decent manga off of a really over-the-top and wonderful show. There's not that much to say about it. But now I want to get to my favorite part of this is my Yuri collection. My Yuri collection. Let's start with this. First we got, from the ever-popular, Girlfriends. Why does this not have an anime adaptation? This manga came out in Japan so long ago. It should have an anime adaptation. I don't understand why. Yuri Yuri anime has gotten a rise recently, for better and for worse. And this is a really decent one, and I like it a lot. And I think it should get an anime adaptation. Now, this is an anthology manga, Eclair. Just bringing together a bunch of random artists and writers, mostly of the Yuri genre, and just little stories. You know, some of them are good, most of them are decent, some of them are but I think it's a good collection to have. Now, this is the manga I picked up very recently. Is After Hours, an adult manga. Since these 2 characters are grown-ups, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's really good to read a Yuri manga that mostly features adult characters and heavier themes. So, second volume just came out, so I highly recommend it. Alright, next is an anime that I'm very looking forward to in the fall season. The Bloom Into You manga. I love this manga. I started collecting it as it came out in America. And again, I'm just so excited to see the anime that comes out next season. I highly recommend it. It has for Japan, a surprisingly good asexual representation of a character, and I'm really excited to see how it translates into an anime. I'm really excited to see it. Now, a manga that deserves way more than just an ONA and an OVA, despite how wonderful those were, is the Kase-san anime manga. I love Kase-san. Kase-san is the best. I love everything about Kase-san. So can I please just get a full series? If you want good consensual relationship that's just beyond cute, get this manga and watch the ONA and the OVA, because it's some of the best and cutest Yuri that I've ever seen. And consensual. God, consensual shit. Now, guilty pleasure Yuri manga that's pretty just fluff, but I still love it, is Secret of the Princess. Same woman who did Girlfriends. There's really not much to say about it. It's just good fluff. You know, just good queer representation. It's not really anything that spectacular, but I love reading it again and again. It's just a great one-shot volume. Now, one that came out recently that's really good, and I'm surprised how many people talked about it when it came out, is The Bride Was a Boy, an autobiography manga about a transgender woman in Japan and her journey of transition, starting to date, and getting married to this little cutie right there. I highly recommend this manga, whether you're queer or you're not, because it's just really wholesome. This entire manga volume is so wholesome, but also very insightful and deep. And being a transgender woman, I really got into this, and I freaking loved it. Please pick it up. It's really, really good. But what is actually, I said that Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood might be my favorite manga, but thinking about it now, it might have to go to my lesbian experience of loneliness. Just a fantastic autobiography manga of this poor woman who just goes through a lot, and it's so real and it's so deep, and I love it, and I'm so glad about how many people love this. I mean, I think at those Crunchyroll Awards, I think this got Best Manga, and that's amazing. I love that. And I do also have the first volume, my solo exchange diary, the first volume. I just don't have it with me right now because a friend is borrowing it to read it. But I also recommend that, and I'm glad that that's being released too because this manga, it's my favorite. I'm saying it right now. This is my favorite manga of all time. Just saying. Now, another manga I don't have right now because a friend is reading it is My Brother's Husband. Kind of on the same level of my lesbian experience of loneliness, a little more upbeat, but on the yaoi side about a Japanese man meeting his deceased brother's husband who's from Canada, and it's pretty good. And it's just the first volume is out right now, second volume will come out soon, and yeah, I'm excited for that. But hey guys, that's my anime and manga and some light novel collection. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you think, and what sort of anime and manga do you guys have, or anything else anime and manga have? And if you want me to do more stuff like this, just, yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I hope you have a good day.